Well, that was a fun fucking 10-15 minutes of circle jerk. Let's get back to the fucking session, and if that shit crashes again... I stopped trying to figure out the TeamSpeak 3 server stuff for now. It should have worked. I've done it before. But that is immaterial to now. Let's see. We just resolved David. We now have Joseph. Joseph!
Well, I'm assuming what he's currently doing is being dead and looking dead.
It's, Joseph slowly comes to, after an indeterminate amount of time. Currently, well, slowly analyzing your surroundings as you lift your head off the ground. Apparently you're currently laying, on the bottom of a bathroom stall inside one particular establishment you had gone inside in search of Marcus. You have a killer headache from where your head had collided with the floor, and also from the fact that, it seems still in front of your eyes at the moment, so hovering between, just like superimposed upon the floor, is an image of Marcus with ice-cold eyes.
Well,
Your left foot is also inside the commode.
Well, that image is going to be burned in his mind for a very long time. First thing is check wallet and check phone and check time.
Your phone is actually dead. It had been left on and just sort of like flipped open, sort of like the entire time. Apparently, in your conversation with Marcus, he must have hung up, but the phone eventually decided, you know what, I'm good. But,
Well,
all of your personal effects are still there.
well, that's good enough. He'll probably go straight back to the church. Things have been unpleasant enough for the night.
Leaving the club, as it turns out, it has quieted quite the fuck down. But being on the inside, being able to leave is much easier than being on the outside. Still, for the purposes of this, I'll go ahead and have you make a dexterity plus stealth roll, difficulty 4. Okay. With 3 successes, Joseph is able to leave without leaving any telltale traces of his presence and return back to his car without further incident. Although, anytime he tries to think more about Marcus, his Joseph finds that A, his headache returns, and B, the scratchy whispers of the souls he has consumed over his entire unlife taunt him with merciless laughter.
This is being blamed on Marcus.
Because Marcus has crazy powers, right?
Apparently.
Maybe I do now.
All the same.
Who knows if that ghost cursed him with a dark gift or not?
Maybe he didn't banish her. Maybe he ate her.
All the same, there will be no need for a drive skill check. Joseph is able to make his way, checking the car clock. You're looking at about 4:23 in the morning whenever he starts the car and begins the process of pulling away. And when he reaches Flushing, well, I assume David's already left with the U-Haul, right, Aaron?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. In that case, Joseph sees his church. A beacon of hope.
Well, he'll park in the back and open up the door.
Going through the back door, Joseph realizes that door's locked. Well, duh. So he pulls out the key to try to unlock. Ha. Well, Joseph's intelligent enough to realize that there is a broken, snapped-off lockpick jammed within the locking mechanism of the door.
Check down the alleyway, keep his hand on his gun, come up to it, and go in the door on the side.
Okay. Doesn't seem like there's anything lurking out there in the alley for Joseph, and he has no difficulties with entering the church through the side door. Of course, it's dark, as he did send Craig and Rain away, but the lights work just fine.
Well, he'll probably scan the room and almost certainly notice the notes on the floor.
Oh yeah, the two notes that that David had slid beneath the back door. They're both there for him.
No point calling him. If he is doing it out of genuine concern, he won't listen. If he's not doing it out of genuine concern, he won't listen.
The lock will also certainly have to be replaced. Seems like David did a bang up job with it.
Oh, at the very least, that thing needs to be extracted and the whole thing pulled apart for that, but that can be handled by someone else.
Yeah.
He'll leave a note.
Byron started a trend of notes.
Byron's finally trend-setting. He's one step closer to finally being a harpy. Huh?
What would Joseph like to do now?
I'm assuming he's not in a mindset to do anything important, so he's probably just going to do something fun, which is probably read or play the violin or something.
Okay. Certainly feasible. Alright. Byron was left quite some time ago, still hammering away at the, beneath his haven. Marcus, of course, woo! And David is going about his process. Something that we did not do since Marcus interrupted you with the call, but I did want to take care of this. For your whole consultation with ShrekNet to dip into things, we'll, rather than have that be a computer one, that's going to be an investigative matter as well. Give me a perception plus investigation at difficulty 8, Aaron.
You got it, and trained observer would definitely not apply here.
No, I would not apply. With
Not that it needed to.
4 successes, just through going through things, for the time that David is able to spare on the process for just one evening, fact-checking and racking his brain, it seems that of all of the dozen or so-ish apparent disappearances in the Nosferatu, every single one of them was a supporter of Prince Calibros and his attitudes towards the clan. They stuck by him, even after, he was raked through the coals. He was apparently used as a patsy by the Camarilla Inner Council. he didn't cater to clan interests whenever he was the prince. Every single one of them, Calibros supporters, or, of course, Calibros himself. At least in the, their attitudes and proclivities, which basically, ends up meaning that, the remaining Nosferatu, and checking that in return, those that, David knows of the city, are definitely folks who are amenable to, Gerard's attitudes, which, among other things, is very anti-Calibros, because Calibros is responsible for, the complete demolishing of the clan here in New York City. It was either the fact that he agreed to be used by the Camarilla, or Calibros just couldn't fucking recognize the fact that he was used because he was too stupid. And, he made the situation of the princedom so horrific from start to finish, from how he bungled the sort of gangrel interactions to how he didn't care about the Niktuku or any sort of other situation the Nosferatu would care about, to how he just suddenly abdicated the princedom. It's a big fucking deal, and certainly the people who are apparently left seem to share either Gerard's opinions on the matter, or perhaps have more extreme opinions of their own, or haven't voiced theirs. Kind of like you.
Interesting.
But it's quite possible that none of the Nosferatu, information was there to see. Although, David is pretty fucking astute today. Other than him snapping off a lockpick, he did a good job. And, it's just, what a curious string of coincidences that all of the Nosferatu who've apparently vanished were Calibros supporters.
Curious indeed. Alright, how easy is it to register a new ShrekNet ID?
It's not. How this situation ends up working is that you have a lot of local server type areas. You can access global databases as well, but every new Nosferatu account tends to be carefully managed from child to sire and sort of a thing, and with the fact that Gerard Rafin lives right here, you could naturally assume that he'd be able to trace anything back to a location of who did it or where. The details to even log into what you guys could log into is Nosferatu-only information. Anyone who ended up telling a non-Nosferatu would suffer stiff and severe in-clan penalties for that exchange of knowledge.
As well they should. More what I'm asking is, how easy would it be to register a new anonymous account, not easily traceable back to myself?
As far as David knows, impossible. The only person who'd kind of have that sort of power to do everything that you'd want would be Gerard himself, that David knows of. He can certainly try an intelligence plus technology at difficulty 9.
To try and figure it out?
Yeah.
Because I want to be clear, I'm not going to try it unless I'm relatively certain I can succeed.
Right.
Let's see, intelligence plus technology. Sure, I've got 4 dice in that. Here comes the botch.
David is definitely knows that what he's wanting to do on such a limited exclusive system as the ShrekNet is, or at least what he knows it to be, is beyond his means to attempt. it certainly could be possible to subvert the security systems of ShrekNet itself and create like an anonymous temporary account that couldn't be traced. David reckons, after all, it's a computer system just like any other, and, you'll always be able to fool them or pull a blind eye over those sensors somehow, but there's no option to do that built into ShrekNet itself normally. You are who you are, so that people can identify the information. You sort of like regulate it. It's sort of like, about as trusted of a source as you can get for being a vampire with other vampires.
And David's not quite enough of a hacker to try and pull that off himself.
No, with the consequences, if he fails, being very dire.
Precisely. It's all, a balance of risk versus reward and his chance of succeeding therein. Alright, well then David's just going to keep following his plan of trying to throw off his footprint as much as possible. Okay. For now.
After Byron finishes hammering away beneath his haven, does he just go rest? No other on-doings he wishes to engage in?
I don't think so. I don't think he has anything on the agenda right now, no.
Okay. And Marcus returns to the prior establishment? Yep. Okay.
The domicile that I have acquired for a period of time.
All right. Fantastic. In that case, that will end this particular night anyway, as the dawn arrives for Wednesday, May 13th, 1998. And then the sun sets. And eventually, about 10:40 p.m., Joseph, David, and Byron awaken, expending a point of vitae in the process. Joseph has managed to disperse his, at least like the sort of pulsing and the crazy laughter that echoes out in its head in regards to Marcus, although it's still not a comforting thought. Then again, it wasn't to begin with, so there you go. For Byron, he doesn't have any messages awaiting for him immediately, and neither does David for that matter. And consulting the security system will reveal that, and again, doesn't seem like any, like a pack of Nosferatu are waiting just outside for him to murder him. Seems like everything is okay from that side effect.
Right.
Well, Byron's going to be fast. He's going to the computer class, and on the way out the door, he is going to place a call to David.
Green.
Hey, David, it's Byron. Just wondering, are we still on to go by John Worthing's house at midnight tonight?
Shit, I forgot about that. Sorry, but I've got to delay that at the very least. I've got something I need to do tonight.
Oh. Okay. Well,
I'm really sorry, Byron.
It happens, I guess. Well, let me know. I mean, you'll have to get another night when he's done a double shift or something, I guess.
You could still try to go if you want, but yeah, it'll probably be 1 or 2 a.m. by the time I'm free.
Well, it's probably fine. He's going to be asleep. I mean, I can't remember the schedule off the back of my off the top of my head, but you said he was getting home around 8 or 9, and he should be asleep for a few hours anyway if he's been working all day.
Right. I'll contact you as soon as I'm done with my thing.
All right, sounds good. I'll talk to you later, hopefully.
Click.
But
And David's going to start getting everything together to head on down to be in Brooklyn at midnight.
You sure you don't need someone to be there to help you?
Yes.
Okay, man.
Okay.
David's rationale on that is that the Gangrel are barely okay with him being in and around their territory. He doesn't want to have to clear someone else with it. Obviously, he's not going to be actually in their territory, but he's going to be close enough to make them nervous.
They don't get nervous. They just kill people.
That's basically the same thing as far as the Gangrel are concerned.
Okay. Well, Joseph? Or rather, Sean, what would Joseph like to do after he awakens and does his normal nightly ritual to start?
Well, even with that information, it would have been helpful to have that ability, but if not, his plan will probably be the same thing. He's going to get a large printout of the Astoria area, and pin it up to a wall. And
That is
Sounds like
certainly something that will be possible for Joseph. Perhaps considering the fact that it is technically his domain, he may have already have such a printout located within the church somewhere.
yeah, he might. After that, he's going to get thumbtacks and pin every single area he knows Marcus has lived or been visiting frequently or anything else in that sort of respect to it. And get essentially every bit of information he can about his habits of where he goes down.
Okay.
This is getting very stalkerish.
Well,
I mean, the funny part is most of us have no idea where he actually goes when he goes partying.
Yeah, but there's been a couple of times when the actual club has been mentioned, and then there's the Snowman Club, and so there's a few times where we've known what clubs he's gone to.
definitely, and Astoria is not the type of place that's going to have a whole lot of hangouts. You know, this isn't exactly a Manhattan we're in. We're in a middle, sort of upper class area just across the East River. It's a thriving neighborhood all the same, but and again, Marcus, could be out in any fucking club across the entire 5 boroughs.
Could be. So this is mostly narrowing down where he's not.
Okay. Well, certainly Joseph will know about the old haven Marcus used to have, where Marcus apparently got evicted. That's when he moved to the Majestic, where he stayed for some time, before moving to the current haven, or at least as current as Joseph knew. There's, of course, the boat as well, which Marcus may have slept on before. There's the one hotel that Marcus got checked into after the circumstances at the Majestic involving getting attacked by a ghoul rat, apparently.
Yeah, pretty much pinning down any place he knows Marcus voluntarily went. Like he'll note down like the Majestic and the boat, but they're not really noteworthy, because they're not something that he chose to go, just because that's where he felt most comfortable. But yeah, he's essentially picking out his comfort zone.
Go ahead and give me a Wits plus investigation at difficulty 6, Sean.
Can't see that.
Okay, that information has been disseminated. Dun dun dun. You give it a half hour of time, and, oh, fucking, Aaron's been fucking around with this token. You mess with my head when I moused over it.
You like that?
Yep. I like the part where you have 4 shaded boxes for willpower. I mean, for humanity, rather. And 2 shaded boxes for blood pool.
Yeah, the shaded boxes are stuff that's missing.
Yeah. That's just a rather curious adaptation for it to be the stuff that's missing. Usually it's the shaded stuff that's full rather than empty.
Well, I figured since health is normally an empty box that you mark in as you lose it, that would make the most sense for World of Darkness.
Sure. Even though on your character sheet, the empty circle is for willpower. It's fine. It just messed with my head when I saw it, that's all. I don't have a problem with it.
I mean, I don't know why you also have humanity as boxes, because humanity is just a number.
You know, it's his token. He wants to, he can display the information however he wishes.
If he wants to be a special snowflake with his token, be all whatever.
Anyway, roughly an hour and a half, not an hour and a half, a half hour, about 11:10, 11:15, Marcus awakens in his glorious acquired docile, and his Sudan.
Hope Joseph's alright. I'm gonna call him.
Okay, you call Joseph. If
You'll hear Joseph pick up the phone, but no answer.
This creepy stalker attitude of you, Joseph, is starting to wear thin. I was worried about you, man. You just stopped talking last night. I even got David to look for you.
Yeah, I found his lockpick in my door.
I mean, I didn't tell him to break into your place, man. I just said to look for you.
Well, if you wanted to end this.
It sounds like you're challenging him to a duel.
I gave you my terms last night, man. You never answered me. You get rid of you come unarmed and meet me with David around.
So you want me to come unarmed to someone you just sent, to meet you with someone you just sent to break into my place?
Sounds about right. Yep.
Click.
I thought I was being reasonable. And here I was being, concerned.
Well, excuse me for being the good guy in all this.
Marcus is going to call Byron.
All right. Well, Byron, I don't know how long he's been in class, but even 5 minutes has probably made him bored.
You there, Krypsyn?
Krypsyn.
Oh god, Krypsyn might be dead.
I heard him break out as he suddenly cut off silent.
So I immediately checked this. I immediately checked to see if the TeamSpeak server was still working.
I noticed. Okay, he's checking settings. It's been a
better?
Yeah, definitely better.
So weird. Yeah, it's so I ended up closing TeamSpeak before. Doesn't matter. It does weird things. I had to reset the mic. Yeah, I was saying Byron is definitely probably bored, even if he's just been sitting in class for 5 minutes at this point. So he will go to the back of the class and take the call. Yeah, what's up, Marcus?
I know I've asked this before, but I think Joseph is getting really crazy. Like, he's stalkerish levels of crazy here. And besides, I just wanted to know if you want to do something tonight.
I'm in the middle of a thing right now. I'll be getting out around midnight, a little before. What did you have in mind?
I don't know, man. I just sort of, I haven't really seen any of you guys lately.
Yeah, sure. I'm actually, I was planning on going by and working on that potential contact later tonight with David, but I'm going to have a few hours to kill from midnight on, I think. So where do you want to meet?
Wherever's fine. I've been pretty much partying the last couple of nights, so I don't know if you want to go and do that.
Probably not.
We can go to that place you and David went to that one time. I mean, I think I heard about that.
Oh, you want to go to, hold on. The Lucky Ace, huh? We can do that. That's fine.
I mean, seems like a cool place. And I mean, I don't actually know if Marcus heard this, but you heard from, you got served by Gavin Andrews. Did Marcus hear about that?
I don't think so.
Okay. I think Marcus has heard about the Lucky Ace, though. He's heard about that.
Yeah. Marcus keeps up to date on these things, and something as cool as this this mobster speakeasy that was designed conceal its alcohol with secret passages, and you just flipped over the bar counter and all the alcohol drains out and stuff like that. That sounds like something that'd definitely be in Marcus's ballpark. You'd also know that it is an upper class establishment, sort of like how the middleman is.
Yeah, and Byron is actually going to say, now, one thing to note, it is kind of a shishi establishment, and we might have to stand in line a while. I actually, on thinking about it, I don't know if I can get there, get in, and then get back if David Green calls. So maybe we should rain check that one for another night. But it's a fun place.
All right, man. Just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, I mean, no problem. But yeah, we can still meet someplace around here if you want. But yeah, like I said, I don't have that much time, I don't think.
All right, man. I'll do my thing tonight. You just, if you need anything, call me.
Yeah, and do let me know what's going on with Joseph, because he was calling, looking for you from Evelyn last night.
That's kind of weird, man. I mean, that seems a bit, as I said before, stalkerish.
A little bit. I'll just say that take precautions if you do plan to confront him, because who knows? He's Malkavian.
I've taken precautions. He said he wants to end this, and I'm like, okay, we'll end this on my terms. He doesn't like my terms.
Fair enough. Anyway, I'm getting dirty looks here from couple of students, I need to get back to class. So I can stop breaking computers, apparently. That would be a fun thing for me to do, I think.
What did you broke a computer?
Yeah.
You get to class, I'll hear about it later, I'm sure.
Yeah. Evelyn was nonplussed. I think I broke her hard drive. I don't know even what that is, but I don't know.
Yeah, whatever, man. Enjoy class, I suppose.
Sure thing. And then Byron will go back to his seat and sit down.
All right. So that leaves Marcus again.
I'm trying to do things with them, but they're all like, yeah, we don't want you there. I'm like,
I know the one time you try to hang out with people, they're like, no, we got plans. That's some bullshit.
he went to PS1 Contemporary Arts Center last night. He got in well with a couple of Toreadors, but he's not going to press his luck again. I don't want to go to the middleman because that'll just be as much as the chat wants me to. As much as they want to hear Blockhead again. Anyways, I think Marcus is gonna catch a subway over to Elysium, just, sort of pop in, see if there's anything cool going on, any rumors popping around. If nothing's happening, he's just gonna come back to us.
Marcus can certainly engage in that activity.
Hope someone calls him.
All told, then, the person who next ends up acting is David, who arrives at the prescribed locale in Prospect Heights, and after a brief meet and greet with what ends up being one of Match's errand boys, he ends up acquiring what his thermobaric device. The device itself looks as if David's familiar enough with the world. Looks like it's an old, like a Soviet type thing. It's sort of oblong, like grenade shaped.
Perfect. And what's his triggering mechanism?
Well, how would you like the triggering mechanism to be?
I don't know, anything that's triggered with an electrical pulse would be ideal.
That...
Hmm.
I don't think thermobaric devices work that way.
Most don't, no. Most
Yeah.
would be ignited with some kind of spark or priming charge.
Yeah, this is going to be spark. Spark ignited. Not quite electronic impulse dreams. This is Soviet surplus, not
That's fine. I'm sure I can figure out some way to rig it up.
Sure. Well, we're talking about 1998 World of Darkness here, goddammit. The mages are controlling fashion trends, not explosives.
Right. Alright. Well, I'll pay for it and head back to my haven to store it.
Okay. Certainly something that is possible to do. In which case, Byron ends up getting out of class. Freedom!
Yeah, he may have understood or paid attention to 3 words in the last half hour of that class. He's gone now.
Let's see how much. Self-control roll. Difficulty 6. You can do it. Yeah!
Oh yeah, alright.
3 successes there. Byron totally listened to 9 words.
Oh my goodness, I hope they were the best ones.
I'm pretty sure they were all variations of the word the and. Wait, there's only one variation of each. I'm an idiot. Ignore me.
Alright, I have your 9 words. You're really cute. Would you like to go out?
Awesome. Awesome. It's good to know Byron is learning a lot from this class. Anyway, I'm amused thinking that this is like a 2-course class that people would just go in there and like take 2 nights and they would know all the basics, and he's taking it for 4 weeks in a row. That's kind of what's in the back of my mind. All right. Well, he goes back to his haven, and let's see. I'm just going to roll this for me. I want to see if he remembers what David told him about Nosferatu, if he cares. Apparently he does. So he is going to look around, see if he can see anyone using Auspex on his way back to his apartment.
Go ahead and, just for funsies, since you feel like rolling, give me a perception plus alertness at difficulty 6.
And no, he sees nothing.
Byron sees no grandiose evil lurking within the shadows that he must thwart.
Fantastic. Well, and once he gets home, he's going to just look through his personal finances and business finances, just to keep busy for the next few hours, waiting for David to call. So that's what he'll be doing.
Exciting.
Oh yes, he is. He'll have the news on in the background. He'll find out what's going on with the kind and see if he just going to be background noise though while he's doing other things.
Bunch of rubbish, whatever those damn lick sticks do. Them and their petty concerns, immaterial to a creature as immortal as yourself.
Yeah, they're talking about some dress now, and he just does not even care.
Okay, in which case we end up with Marcus arriving at Madison Square Garden.
Is there any buzz going on, or is he, subdued?
Give me another charisma plus etiquette check at difficulty 7.
I failed, but I didn't botch.
Give me a self-control roll at difficulty 6.
3 successes?
Alright. Now give me a charisma plus etiquette at difficulty 9.
Oh boy. I did not fail this one either.
You did not botch it, no.
I failed, I did not botch.
Alright.
I'm not coming off, correct, but I'm not, making an outright fool of myself.
Perhaps Marcus's new liberating attitudes and his current, understanding of his glorious lifestyle, how liberated he's become, doesn't quite jive well with anyone who's hanging around discussing. Certainly, Marcus's name is known, perhaps more for its association with the Nosferatu David Green and than anything else, which is a rather curious and, come to think of it, unfortunate association for a Toreador to have. He's he's a part of a coterie of that guy who ripped off a large tentacle from some horrific Tzamitzi monster, and that ended up slaying it apparently here within, Madison Square Garden. Regards to what Marcus learns, well, for one, that a goddamn mural still looks awesome. Marcus is able to keep cool and, not be overly obnoxious about that. I mean, he's just random tidbits, gossip, chatter. Some people apparently frown on Marcus, which, actually, it's not exactly like, obviously some people frown on him anyway. It's more along the lines of there's the palpable sense of, oh, look at you, aren't you awesome? Hang out with your Belle and everything. I'm just gonna look at you because you're weird and you're dumb and I'm envious of you. Think you're so cool. The Archon's not gonna be here forever. Just as judgmental as any degenerate at PS1. Oh, only it's hidden in their eyes.
Marcus knows. Marcus knows.
Marcus knows.
Well, with more reasons to understand why his clan will never ever be prince, Marcus will leave Madison Square Garden and just head back to Astoria. At least happy that nothing crazy has, happened in this clan, as, Coterie hasn't been informed.
Okay. Certainly an activity in which Marcus can engage, returning home. We got Byron home, we got Marcus home, David's returned home, and Joseph is still, studying thumbtacks, right?
Well, until he gets that information you gave me.
Yeah, he totally has that now.
Well, then he'll act on it.
Okay. Let's say, it's difficult for me to discern just how I wish to handle this. So, as with all great situations, rather than writing this narrative yourself, I like to alleviate the burden by leaving it up to chance. Jordan and Sean, I want you each to just whisper a 1d10 roll to me. Secret, so that you guys don't even see it. So secret.
It's what GM roll, right?
It's actually ends up being what is it? I fucking have to type /help myself now. It the secret roll is RSEC. Or you can type /roll secret. There you go.
What's in the quotes should also roll it.
Well, in that case, go ahead and make your hunting rolls, Jordan. Add your difficulty 3 prescribed.
Yeah, I'm at 9, so I think I'm gonna stop there.
Alright. Joseph, you, spend enough time checking out the remaining sites that you visited that Marcus hadn't been to. However, considering how random, this party animal could be, he could still be somewhere in Astoria and just have gone to one of the sites you already checked.
True. That said, I assume after a preliminary check, he has at least an idea of where he's more likely to be and to start asking around. Marcus does have a bit of fame, if I remember correctly.
Oh, he certainly does. And, pursuing that angle of, investigation rather than just poking your head around, yourself. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Joseph is such a, friendly, affable, harmless-looking guy. How does Joseph wish to, sort of like present the situation of him asking around for Marcus?
Well, he's heard about a good musician, fairly famous in the local area, trying to check him out and wondering if anyone's seen him either hanging around or playing a gig in the past 2-3 days.
Alright, adjusted for you, give me a fucking charisma plus empathy at difficulty 3, Joseph.
Botch.
And that's after the minus...
Oh yeah, it's already been adjusted. Yeah, yeah. Let me go ahead and do that roll myself. Joseph, takes a good amount of time, just trying to ask around, trying to pinpoint the sort of fame and everything that Marcus has. Joseph looks a little out of place, given, the fact that he doesn't really associate with the scene, but he has this sort of, friendly, affable demeanor that puts everyone at ease. They don't think that Joseph be capable of doing anything wrong, just a guy who's interested in some music. Problem is that these guys just don't know. They're like, Marcus just ends up showing up, whatever, man. Marcus ends up showing up, just we come looking for him, his schedule's irregular. We don't know, it's just a thing. It takes some time for him, about an hour and 45 minutes. He does end up coming across one guy, though, a bartender, who goes, "Oh, yeah, he just left. I think I saw him about an hour ago. I think he said something about going up and doing." He rattles off another name of an Astoria club that Joseph knows. We got to come up with some sort of... Jordan, name your club. Come up with a club name.
The Asp Nest.
Yes.
I think that's from Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I can't be 100% certain though.
There we go. That is a locale. The bartender's like, yeah, I think he's there. He's made mention of it. The fact that he's gone. A girl or two followed him. I think he's there. I don't know.
Well, Joseph has his direction, and he'll go. During that time, I think he'll be getting a call from Byron.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you talking, but Byron will, after an hour or so, he was going to call you up.
All right.
Hello?
Hey, Joseph. I just got a call a little bit ago from Marcus. I'm just curious, what are your... I get that you're looking for him. Evelyn told me, and Marcus says you've been looking for him. When you meet him, what plans do you have for him?
Well, I want him to come up to past Yonkers with me, and I want to ask the dude about the necromancer about what happened to that ghost, and what about the two people that Marcus apparently gave to him as human sacrifices. That should not have been him, but whatever.
Okay. So if you do meet him, say, and then he says he does not want to go up there with you, what do you plan to do from there?
If he says he doesn't want to go up there with me, I don't know what I plan to do.
Well, all right. I'll see if there's anything I can do on my end in facilitating you two meeting up if all else fails. I'll let you know in the future. What?
You really don't need to worry about that. Marcus has basically said that if he wants to meet me, he has to do it as in a way he can ambush me. He said he wants me to be unarmed, implied that he would be armed, and with David, who recently tried to break into my haven.
You're just gonna, you would just hear breathing on the other end if Byron were breathing. It's just, he's face palming now. It's like, what's going on with this group? So Marcus is hiding from you. You're trying to track him down. David's breaking into your place. Why did he try to break into your place?
Marcus apparently told him to.
Wonderful. Well,
Actually, that is a lie. Marcus did not tell him to break into your place.
You mentioned that you told him that I was unconscious. Joseph's just omitting the passing out part. Not technically a lie, but very close.
Marcus told you that he did not tell David to break into your place.
Listen, Joseph is fucking crazy, okay? Joseph interprets things however Joseph wants to interpret things.
Okay, crazy Malkavian.
You told him to go there, and he tried to break into the place. So Joseph's not happy with you. He may be jumping the gun on what exactly happened, but from his perspective, it's not a lie.
I mean, someone trying to break into your haven as a vampire is a big deal, right?
Very big deal.
yeah, sorry notes notwithstanding, it's kind of something you don't do. But yeah, Byron is just flabbergasted. He's just like, yeah, whatever. I hope you guys can sort it out. If there's anything I can do to help you in the future with this, I would rather not the coterie implode in on itself, if at all possible. But I don't know, with everyone doing something secretive to somebody else and trying to run away, it's a mess. I don't know. Let me know what I can do.
I will. That said, I think this is kind of between me and Marcus. Not trying to say say you shouldn't get involved. I'm just saying this is an argument between me and Marcus over what people should and shouldn't do.
Oh, that's fine. I'm happy to stay out of it. Quite honestly, as long as they're, I mean, you know, just get it settled. That's kind of, I just really want this problem to go away. I'll put it like that. And if you could settle it amicably, that'd be peachy.
I hear you. I'll make sure it's settled as quickly as possible.
Alrighty then. Well, I'll good luck with that. I'll talk with you later, I guess.
Okay. Bye.
But
All right. Well, Joseph manages to find a parking space. Go ahead and give me a perception plus alertness at difficulty 6, Sean. Okay. You see a very, very inebriated ditzy stumbling over his feet. Marcus Paulson staggering out of the club, sort of bouncing between a few people, you know, leaning his head back, waving back, you know, people who are cheering after him. You didn't even have to go inside the fucking club. He's outside already, and he appears he's going, you know, trying to begin the process of hailing for a taxi.
Well, is he in a position where he's going to see me right away?
Doesn't look like Marcus has noticed you.
Well, car's nondescript enough. Joseph can go a little bit more invisible and just sit there and wait.
Well, Marcus soon manages to acquire his taxi.
Joseph will trail a little ways, but close enough.
Alright. We'll begin the process here. Marcus is still perceptive and aware of his surroundings in spite of his immense inebriation, because that does not impact his perception. For the purposes of this, and how he's on edge, we're going to go ahead and give a -1 to this, and you can go ahead and roll this out in the open or secret if you'd like. Jordan, it'll determine whether or not the information I give you is out in the open or secret. We're going to go ahead and say a perception plus alertness. Standard difficulty is going to be... Well, we should check to see this first. If, since Joseph's trying to be elusive with his sort of driving, like he's shadowing the vehicle, let's go ahead and have a resisted roll here instead, where we have a perception plus alertness versus a dexterity plus stealth. Marcus's will be at difficulty 7 due to his condition, whereas Joseph's roll will be at difficulty 6.
Does my having good eyesight help me all?
That is after factoring that in.
I don't give a fuck. 2 successes.
And just dex drive?
Yep, dexterity plus drive.
Well, because you rolled in the open.
Well, there you go. Marcus, through your sort of as it turns out, the vampiric condition does not inhibit perception at all. And, feeling cautious and looking back repeatedly with your 2 successes, they're rolling 2 9s versus 7 for Joseph. I mean, it's difficult to process with your brain, but it's like,
It looks like it.
it's probably not a big deal, right?
Better safe than sorry. Driver, can you take me to
Let's see.
Madison Square Garden? I'm meeting someone there.
The intelligence attribute refers to a character's grasp of facts and knowledge. It also governs a character's ability to reason, solve problems, and evaluate situations. Intelligence also includes critical thinking and flexibility of thought. Alright. Does not include savvy, wisdom, or common sense. And the driver goes back like, what? I'm not driving all that way out there. Madison Square Garden is closed. The hell? We're going to the hotel just like you called for. I'm taking my brake suit.
Okay, man. I was gonna give you like a 20, I guess, but if you don't want to make money.
Go ahead and make a charisma plus empathy roll, difficulty 5. Alright. I'll hold
Thanks,
you
man.
to that.
Okay.
Joseph will, as he's following the vehicle, notices it going across Queensboro Bridge and into Lower Manhattan.
Marcus is gonna drunkenly dial David. Misdial a bunch of times while he's doing it. Fuck. What was his number again? Got it.
Green.
David.
Yeah?
I think Joseph's following me. It might be the alcohol talking, but I think he's following me. Can't be certain of it, though.
Why?
I don't know why he's following me, man. He's crazy.
It's fair.
Where are you,
So,
man?
At this point, I would be, on my way out of Brooklyn?
No, I definitely think that you've arrived back in your haven by now. You have your device in hand.
I'm in Astoria. Why?
I'm somewhere on the Queensboro Bridge right now on my way to Madison Square Garden. Can you get over here? Like, to Madison Square Garden to, like, make sure Joseph doesn't do anything stupid? And if he's not there, I'm sorry.
Yeah, eventually, probably. Just, keep safe until then.
Okay. I'll try.
Alright. Click.
Now, how am I going to keep the taxi driver driving until David gets here?
David's, going to call up, Byron.
Hey, David. This is sooner than I expected. You all set for the stakeout or whatever?
Apparently not. What the fuck are Marcus and Joseph doing?
I don't know. I've spoken to both of them tonight, and apparently Marcus wants nothing to do with Joseph, and I'm hearing this from Joseph that he only will meet with Joseph if you're there. And I asked Joseph what his end plans were for Marcus, because Joseph said he wants to take Marcus up to Yonkers to talk to that guy Marcus dealt with. And I asked him what would happen if Marcus refused, which I kind of think he will, just given that he's avoiding the issue. And Joseph wouldn't give me a firm response. So you asked me what's up with him? I have no fracking clue.
For fuck's sake, I just got a call from Marcus, clearly drunk, saying that he's heading to Madison Square Gardens because he's afraid that Joseph is following him.
Well, you know what? That wouldn't... Oh, by the way, just now you bring it up, did you actually try to break into Joseph's church the other night?
Yeah. Marcus called me up saying that in the middle of a phone call, Joseph suddenly went silent. So I headed over to his church, found it all locked up, no ghouls there, and I headed in to, or tried to head in, to make sure he was okay.
Makes more sense. Just so you know, that's not the way Joseph sees it.
You know what? Joseph is fucking crazy.
This is true. I think that was part of the deal when we accepted him into the coterie. I guess we just didn't know how. Crazy. All right. Well, yeah, that definitely takes precedence over ghouling someone. Do you need me to do anything?
No, it should be fine. In fact, this will be a good chance to, Anyway, just wanted to keep you in the loop and see if you had any insights into this that I didn't.
No, only that it wouldn't surprise me if Joseph is in fact tailing him, because he did call Evelyn looking for Marcus's new address late last night, or location or that type of thing. Actually, I think it was precisely that he asked if Marcus had gotten a new address since the old one she found for him. So Joseph has really been trying to track him down, it seems like. So he may have... I mean, Marcus has just been out partying for the last 3 or 4 days, and he called me earlier tonight and he wanted to go do something, so I assumed he was doing the same thing. Maybe he ran into him downtown and decided to follow him.
This has got to fucking stop. All right. I'll be heading on into Manhattan then.
All right. Well, I guess I'll find something else to do. Let me know if anything comes up, and thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. Click.
Click. And with that, I guess Byron will go and try to find someone that will, volunteer happily their blood for him for a little bit.
It's a community service thing.
It really is.
And David's going to rent himself a U-Haul again and drive on into Manhattan because, I mean, this is a perfect chance to kind of spread his trail out even more. And basically he's going to try and make it look like he's driving the U-Haul to places just in order to access ShrekNet. He might stop somewhere for 5 minutes on the way into town just to do that. Or on the way out. Either one.
Okay. Well, before any of that gets done, long before, as David's got to go pick up another U-Haul, cab driver ends up pulling up near the vicinity of Madison Square Garden and says, "Alright, here you go. You got the 20 for me?"
Marcus will hand him 25 and says, "Keep the motor running, I'll be right back." You can take it. And Marcus is going to drunkenly, hopefully walk into Madison Square Garden.
Alright, you're, Joseph, of course, is following behind and trailing the entire time. Marcus does drunkenly stumble out of the cab. Joseph, you'd definitely be able to reason that you could definitely go outside and confront him, but he is, you definitely do see Elysium security force out. I mean, this pretty much is the Elysium territory.
He's on Elysium, so am I.
Yep.
Cabby's sitting right there with the engine running.
Yep.
I won't park up like right on his ass, but I'll park up behind him and wait.
It is Elysium, and if he knows he's following you, I mean, seems crazy enough that he just suddenly have the cabbie take him to Madison Square Garden when he's drunk, you could go out and talk to him. You're actually going to try to have a conversation with him. Elysium would be the best place to do that.
I could go out and talk to him. That said, he has said that he's planning an ambush, more or less.
I like that that's his way of interpreting it.
Well, he said he wanted me to be unarmed when he met me. And he wanted someone that had just tried to break into my haven, where I sleep, to be there. So, well, I think Joseph will just sit in the car and wait.
Okay. Well, Marcus drunkenly stumbles towards and into Elysium, much to the derising stares that he might receive from everyone.
Where's that nice mural?
It's right there, just for you.
I need to talk to that mural.
Marcus begins a very lengthy conversation with the mural. By conversation, I mean monologue. Offhand, I do not like how this newest update to TeamSpeak client has fucking changed my color scheme. I checked like the server log. It's all like blended and blurred together.
I've always been using this one, so it looks the same to me.
Just the same bland colors. No bright red notifications or everything. Fucking TeamSpeak update. Okay, well, say it's gonna take David at least an hour before he'd be able to make his way over to Madison Square Garden. Which case, might as well have Byron go ahead and make that blood drive roll. Yeah. Managed to successfully persuade recalcitrant individuals about the glory of it.
Yeah, I'm just a one-man blood drive, no problem. Nothing crazy here. No, I don't have a ban or anything. No, just come back through Sally. It'll be fine.
Right, of course. Which case, David was eventually making his way over towards Madison Square Garden in the U-Haul.
Yep, stopping for no more than 5 minutes at a time.
Right. In that case, he is definitely a little over an hour from when David set away from this haven, but sure enough, he does eventually get within seeing distance of Madison Square Garden. It's pretty weird to have a U-Haul truck here, especially if, he's going to pull to the curb and stop, but, what the hell? This is the world of darkness, New York City. Crazier things have happened.
Plus, I'm kind of going for noticeability at the moment.
That's right. You're doing a good job.
Yep. And since I can't use disciplines in Elysium anyway, when I get out, I'll just turn invisible long enough to get to the borders of Elysium.
Yeah, certainly possible. David is observant enough, according to my dice here, that he'll notice well, let's see here. Let me actually check. In this case, this is something that I should have announced to you earlier, Joseph, as this could have changed what you ended up doing. But we'll go ahead and have this say. Before David ends up arriving, 2 minutes after Marcus walks into Elysium, the cab driver pulls away and leaves. And you don't think Marcus somehow snuck back into the cab?
Yeah, no obfuscate, no whatchamacallit.
Unless he somehow had a body double in there.
Unlock, just unlock the door, step out, lock it, close it, and head in.
Oh. Well, shit, everyone. Yeah, I thought it'd be fair to check and see, because on account of I didn't think the cab driver would wait a fucking hour while the engine was... Okay.
There's probably back ways out, right? Would there be? I've never been to Madison Square Garden, never even seen anything about it. Would there be a easy way he could go out the back without setting off any alarms or things?
Sure.
Definitely.
It's a fuck-huge arena.
It's a fuck-huge arena with so many different doorways. He could have gone out the complete opposite side of the arena and left.
Yeah, I figured as much. No, I'll wait until the cab leaves anyways.
Okay. Well, the cab leaves 2 minutes into the whole sort of thing. If Joseph's going in, then he's going in.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case he is going to find, soon after, it doesn't take too long, an inebriated Marcus conversing, it appears, at least at a distance before he starts approaching, with the mural.
Well, after he steps in the door, he'll step off to the side so he's not blocking anyone, and just lean back against the wall.
Marcus, for his part, is eventually perceptive enough to notice that Joseph's in Elysium and watching him. But that mural, I mean... You really want to stop talking to the mural and go talk to Joseph instead? That's dumb.
No, that's dumb. I'll talk to somebody that can't talk back to me.
There you go. In which case, when we fast forward again, eventually, David, he'll end up, reaching the Boars of Elysium and walking inside, and not a whole lot of activity going on. Among the things that are readily apparent are Marcus Paulson communicating with a mural, and Joseph standing off to the side near the entrance, watching Marcus communicate with the mural.
Just a quick thing. Can we get a time?
Sure. Let's go ahead and give you time. 2:17 in the morning.
All right. David will walk in, survey the scene, and just sort of facepalm right there in the doorway.
No one rushes to his assistance.
Eventually, he'll, fuck it. Marcus is having a nice conversation. He wouldn't want to interrupt. He'll, walk on up to Joseph.